Hi everyone, welcome back to Wise-ish, your daily power boost for the week to keep you up to date, up. Jeez, hope you're hanging up, not hanging in, hanging up, like you're up, you're inspired, you're empowered. I know sometimes it gets too much, right? Sometimes it's just too much to try to keep yourselves up. Sometimes I feel it where I don't know, I just want to sit and do nothing. I just want to sit and do absolutely nothing. And if you're like me, you have a meditation room. Even in me just sitting in my meditation room, there's a lot going on up here. So I'm not really doing nothing. I'm really reconnecting the self with God, the energy of light, because in order for us to keep ourselves up, we're going to need a lot of energy. Today I wanted to share with you about getting on with difficult people. Have you ever had someone in your life that what we would say is their personality is a little complicated? That's the most royal way you can put it. Some people might say, my personality is complicated. I am sure some people have said that my personality is complicated. Sometimes we're just not able to be the best of ourselves, and sometimes we just don't know where to go inside of ourselves to fix what needs fixing. But let's just say for a moment that you're surrounded by complicated personalities. In other words, there's so much going on that you're not quite sure how to address it, but everything inside of your heart wishes to see in what way you can help, in what way you can be of service, in what way you can make the situation better than it is. So one thing I'd like to ask you to do, instead of zoning in on the person's weakness, can you find one good quality about the person? Something that you feel God has anointed that soul with, that it's God's gift, it's God's blessing on that child of his. One thing in that person that you really like, you appreciate, you can respect, you can love. And not only do you just see it flippantly and just move away and go, okay, well, he's like a nice guy, but you really pause and you look into that person's quality and you go, honestly, what I see as a strength in that person, they're very gentle, whatever it might be. They're gentle in whatever they do. And I've liked that quality when it is working in that person. And you let that energy of you identifying the person's good quality, you have to feel it. And when you're able to feel the person's quality, it will reduce in you whatever are the defects that you have been focusing on that person. It starts to shift the whole way that you approach the relationship. Another thing I'd like you to try. What if they're not complicated, but they're just different? I have a mother who has been different all my life. And as a result of her being different, I've just had to accept my mother is different. She's not a regular mother. She's different. And I've never blamed her for the things that happened in my life. And I've never blamed her for me being the person that I am. I've just accepted she's different. And as a result of my acceptance of her, and you know, you don't get any deeper than the relationship of a mother when she's raising you and you're realizing, I'm not quite sure why my mother does what she does, but I guess it's just different. And when you're raised like that, you know, what happens to your personality? For me, it made me a much more accepting people of individuals who are complicated. There was a time that it seemed like I only attracted complicated people because I was the only person who could accommodate and accept them as they were and to see in what way I could guide them. And I remembered reaching a particular point in my life that I felt like, I think now I kind of just, I don't know if I just want complicated people around as much. Can you kind of bring me now some folks who are kind of like me, progressive, enthusiastic, visionaries, creative, courageous, forging forward? And little by little, they started to come. So try to not see them as complicated, but let's see if you could see them as just different. That they're different than you are. And they're carrying their own soul's journey according to their energy, their vibrations. I know that when it comes on to two people living together, working together, dealing with something together, if both their energies are at a completely different space of consciousness, when you're coming together to try to work on a task or a project, then you feel like you're out of sync. Because each person has a different agenda or a different motive as to what is needed for a particular, let's say, project, for example. But what I have experienced at a personal level is that sometimes all of us, people, like I have no experience in certain things, and some people in my relations or connections, they have experience in that thing. And so sometimes we might not have what it takes as a skill to do something right. But if we have the right feelings, the right attitude, or if we have that great sense of trust, then it will become right. Somehow that energy of trust and love and appreciation, and the fact that I accept that you're different, and the fact that I know that there's a special quality about you that God anointed you with, that energy will transform any discomfort or any challenging situations that you might find yourself in when it comes on to people that you think have a complicated personality. So that was your wisest thought for the day. And let's see what's going to be your blessing for today. Your blessing or your good wish for the day. You are the one who lives a life of great principle. And as a result, you are able to take benefit from every situation. You are the one that lives a life of high principles, and as a result, you are able to take benefit from every situation. What a nice blessing. That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on Wise-ish today. Don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends about it, but also to tune into America Meditating Radio. We really think that radio show and that podcast is just one of the best. So thank you again. Have a wonderful day. Stay peaceful, stay powerful, stay true.
One of the first ways to release anger is to spend time on focusing on love. In this moment, I give myself a gift of love by giving myself a space to be silent, to be still, to enter into that calm, quiet sanctuary of my mind. And just for this moment, I allow my mind to completely relax. I allow the energy of peace to wash away all the tensions and stress. And I know that if I give myself this gift daily, then naturally it's easy to be free from the energy of anger. And it's so much easier to harmonize with the world around me. But another thing I can do is practice acceptance. Sometimes I can have unrealistic expectations and demands on those around me. And I can release anger when I allow others to be who they are. When I accept that everyone has to find their own way and that everyone has their own path to travel. I can release anger when I allow every human being to be exactly what they need to be in that moment. I can release anger when I accept that within every human being there is something good, something beautiful, and I can choose to focus on that instead of what I think they're not doing right. I can give the gift of acceptance. And even if someone is coming at me with negative energy, I have the power to remain peaceful. I have the power to stay in my own dignity and to not let anyone diminish my own inner beauty. My priority in life is not to control others, but to nurture and awaken my true spiritual self so that I can tap into the peace and love within me, so that my life becomes a gift to this world. When I keep the priority of changing myself, harmony will happen naturally.